children's rhyme. Row your boat ashore. Merrily, merrily, life is but a dream. You'd be amazed how stories, children's things, fairy stories, are a bit like C.S. Lewis. His children's writings, well, they're not children's writings, they're actually adults as well. Incredibly helpful and meaningful, and they're with hopefully a very good purpose. And again, hopefully those that are truly a blessing survive with us and become part of our culture. I mean, who would have thought, perhaps, that in a little rhyme like that, which seems, quite catchy, row your boat ashore, merrily, merrily, life is but a dream. And you got this mainly music playgroup for little kids, and yet you're actually giving them perhaps a foundation of truth that may just follow them through life and be a great blessing. Do you see how our story writers are the makers of nations and cultures? And ideally, the very mouthpiece of our Heavenly Dad teaching us. Don't just dismiss it as stories, fairy tales, legends, historicity. Maybe our words, our life itself. God's words to us. How wonderful. Love you, Heavenly Dad. Thank you, Dad. Oh, let me give an editorial note here. It's not that when you dream or daydream, it's your imagination beyond your control. It's your imagination beyond your regulating and monitoring, and if you like, consciousness. You're not conscious that you are the one making it. It becomes a reality. The dream is, while you're in it, is a reality. And what we need to grasp is that a bit like Jesus says, whatsoever you believe, it will happen. Say to this mountain, move to the sea, and it will. And if we know that in the dream of reality that we call reality here, this universe living, in a sense he's saying it's true. Now, when it's not received by you, you can't do such miracles. You read it, Jesus says this, but perhaps it doesn't happen to you. When you say and believe you receive, it doesn't necessarily happen. And again it does, and you get a great lift, but perhaps often it doesn't. So you lose the conviction here, or you don't have the conviction properly that you are in charge. You can change it. Now, in the dream or the daydream, similarly, it's not that you're losing control, it's that you're losing the monitoring and control of what you are doing. You are very definitely controlling the dream until, if you like, God cuts across it and wakes you up to rescue you. Do you see? So our training is then, yes, to be safe in the dream, and in daydreaming, but safe in the dreams, yes. But part of that being safe is an awareness that we are the one dreaming it and constructing it. Now, the awareness of that may precisely be the thing that wakes you up, but it may not be. You can be in the dream knowing you're dreaming and start to control it. Now, if I just keep calm about this flying, it won't get faster and faster, and it'll get out of control. So I start to control what I'm doing in the dream. In fact, I may even wake from one dream into another, not wake up at all, if you know what I mean. And it may be the consequence of a self-will. You've rescued yourself in the dream. You've woken yourself up, either back into this reality or into another dream, or into no dream, perhaps. I don't know, perhaps, much or most of sleep is not actually dreaming at all. It's, I don't know, just nothing happening, sleeping, while the body builds and repairs more efficiently because you're not using it. I don't know. Or perhaps simply because you couldn't at dark, in primitive times, you didn't have the light to live by, really, so it's best you just hold up in a nook somewhere safely and wait until daylight. Yes. So, in a sense, what's the goal here? What's the point in knowing this? Well, I want to have the motivation there. And the safety. I want the sanctified, the holiness where I dream good dreams and monitor what I'm dreaming. I'm always on duty in the dream, that I'm steering the dream in the right way. Why? Because I know it's a dream. In a sense, I'm like being in reality and truly believing and knowing that it's what Jesus says is right in the story. That whatever you believe when you pray, you will receive it. Now, start to live your dream that way, your dreams. That's, in some sense, I'm conceiving of that as being an ideal. And we're practicing that perhaps in reality. Perhaps you do pray for a lot of things. I don't. And perhaps I'm in error there. I should be asking. But I sort of feel, well, that's ingratitude. He's blessed me so much. Why am I asking for something that's what might well be imperfect compared to what he's perfectly doing? So I'm in some sort of puzzlement there, aren't I? Let me just leave it at that for a moment, can I? Thank you, Heavenly